meeting to order tonight. If everyone could stand, please. Phyllis is going to do our invocation.
Father, I come to you tonight and thank you so much for another day and, Lord, an opportunity to serve you. And, Lord, I speak for all of us when we thank you for the opportunity to serve our city. Father, I just ask that you be with us tonight and help us make good decisions for all of our citizens. And, Father, I just ask that you lead us and guide us and give us wisdom and strength. And, Father, I just ask that you be watchful over all of our community and our state and our nation. And Father, I just ask all this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. If you could,
Amen.
the flag is over to my right. If you would, salute, pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Okay, first we're going to start out with our roll call.
Mary Fraction.
Here.
William Wilson. He's muted. Lynn Davis.
Here.
Wayne Reynolds.
Here.
Peggy Lusinger.
Here.
Matthew Keenan. Larry Stiles.
Here.
David Cross.
Here.
Matthew, not.
I don't know where Matthew.
No, I don't see it.
Would you text him to us? Okay, next we need approval from our minutes. We had one regular meeting and 2 special meetings. And do I have a motion and a second to approve our minutes?
I make a motion.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Fraction.
Yes.
Wilson. Davis.
Yes.
Reynolds.
Yes.
Lusinger.
Yes.
Keenan.
Yes.
Stiles.
Yes.
Cross.
Yes.
Okay, next we have our departmental reports. Do I have a motion and second to accept the departmental reports?
So moved.
Have a motion, do I have a second? Larry had a second. Any discussion?
I didn't
Roll
see
call.
the, I didn't see the
Have a
fire,
discussion, I'm sorry.
I didn't see the fire department or street department report on my tablet.
Okay, the fire department is on there. It was put on there this morning. Apparently it got missed somehow, but it is on there, and I'm not sure about the street department. Do you remember seeing it, Phyllis?
No.
Well, we can check on that. We'll put that on, make sure that's on there tomorrow.
Okay.
Michael, do you know?
It's done, because I approved it.
Michael says it's done, so I don't know if somehow it didn't get put on, but we will put those on there. If you would like to approve all of them except those 2, we can do that, whatever you want to do. But I know the police fire department was put on there this morning. Street department will have to check.
Maybe it's just not coming. I looked like,
I'll change my motion to approve the departmental reports that are on, that we can see on the pad, on our
Second.
iPad.
Okay. All right, so that is all the reports except for the street department and the fire department. Is that correct?
I could see all of them, but that, yeah.
Did you see the street report, David?
No,
Okay.
And the fire? Did you see the fire?
I couldn't find it.
Okay.
Fire department should be there, but Phyllis is double checking, but if you want to approve all but those 2, we'll make sure those are on there tomorrow and you can approve them next month.
That's my motion, yes.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Fraction.
Yes.
Wilson. Davis.
Yes.
Reynolds.
Yes.
Lusinger.
Yes.
Keenan.
Yes.
Stiles.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we do not have any old business. Under our new business, I need a motion and second to proceed with the bond issue.
Ma-
Yes,
Hello. I'm sorry. There's a.
I'm a-
okay, Lynn, you're kind of cutting out. Start over.
I make a motion to move on.
Feedback.
What did she say?
Mary made a motion.
Oh, Mary, I'm sorry. Did I get your motion, Mary?
Motion, I don't know, it's some noise in the background place.
I'm sorry, what did she say?
She said there's some noise in the background.
Some squeaky noise.
Some squeaky noise.
Yeah.
Or maybe the air conditioner.
No,
Okay, we
it's,
got,
it's better now.
Oh, it is
That's
better
it.
now? Okay. Okay, all right,
Okay,
let's
will you-
move on. I need a motion and vote to
I made the
proceed with the bond issue. Do I have a motion?
Mary made the motion.
Oh, Mary made the motion. Do I have a second?
yeah,
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion?
Yes, I have questions.
Yes.
What is the total amount of the bond issue that we're looking at?
It was 7.5 million.
And that is the numbers that we were looking at for the police station, $1.7 million, fire station, $3.1 million, streets, roughly $1.4 million. That sound about right?
Well,
It was option 3, I think.
it was option 3, but I do not have that in front of me. Let me add that up.
Well, the question I have with it that I've had from the beginning is the fire department includes about $700,000 for a code enforcement office that I'm opposed to. I think we should be spending that money on streets. But I don't know when this thing is going to be complete or when we're going to make the final decision or when we're going to see the final plans.
Well, what he told us at the council, the agenda meeting was that you would have until August the 13th, I think, well, middle of August, I think is what he said, to actually, you could back out up to that point. Now, what I think we need to do, if we do vote to proceed, then we probably need to have some work sessions to go back and look at each individual thing and see exactly what we do want to do.
I agree with that.
I
So I
agree.
think that we need to sit down again, and I don't know that we probably don't need to meet in person if I can get a big enough venue to start meeting and so that we can social distance, and start meeting in person. It seems if in person, it seems like it's a little bit easier to communicate than it is this method. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree.
I agree. Looking at these numbers that I'm looking at, I don't think I've got the most current numbers. Mine don't come to $7.5 million. I wonder if I missed something somewhere.
Well, it was option 3. I do not have it in front of me.
Well, he said up to 7.5.
Yeah, up to 7.5 million, I believe is what,
Well, option 3 I'm looking at is $7 million.
Yeah.
7 million? Oh,
Yeah.
maybe it was 7 million.
I think he said.
Wayne, even with the police station, when we met with that, we still didn't get all the details totally ironed out. So we still need to definitely meet even for the police station again.
No, I think so. We need a little more details than we've had up to now as far as.
Right, well,
what
we've
we're
definitely got to
talking
have
about.
some work sessions, but this is just to proceed to start all the process. But we've got to have some meetings, and we're gonna have to have them pretty quickly if we do decide to proceed. But I do think it might be easier if we could social distance and meet in person, and I can try to get the 4-H building again. Or we're also working on the air conditioner situation down at the new police station. It's possible we can meet there. But I will be working on that. But we probably could meet at the 4-H building pretty quickly. That would be a place
Well,
to meet.
Mayor, if you vote to proceed tonight, you're gonna put yourself under a lot of pressure. If you've got less than a month to back out of this thing.
Well,
That's
now
my
that's,
only
I
concern.
mean, I
And we
think.
need to revisit those numbers, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, I think that we know that those are the 3 projects that we need to do, and then we need to iron out details on each one of them.
But
I
we
think
need,
that financially, the money is close. We've looked at that several times as far as the size of the buildings and everything. Now, if you're going to take out something like the code enforcement, of course, that will save some money, but we're still just going to put it right back into streets anyway, so we still need
well,
to bond.
are you gonna stay with the fire department building that was presented?
Well, that's why we need to meet and see that everybody's in agreement on it.
Even
What we
if,
did, or what it appeared to me, is we cut back on streets and drainage projects in order to build a code enforcement office.
Well, I don't know, we'd have to find out, we'd have to meet, I'll have to invite Greg and see what the difference in putting that in there and not putting in there would be. I can have him start working on that tomorrow.
I don't have any problem with going with the total amount, the way it's distributed.
So regardless of how many.
I think that there's going to be some details that we may want to change up. We still need to get close to this amount, and we can still put it towards streets or whatever if y'all do downsize the fire station or something like that.
That's completely true. I mean, we knew we'd have to meet and actually decide exactly what's going to go where. So that is definitely something. And probably if you do end up voting to approve this, and probably next week we need to start meeting, or even this week, the latter part of this week, start meeting some. We can either meet this way, or like I said, I can try to get the 4-H building so we can meet there, whatever you feel most comfortable doing. And I will go back and pull up all that information that we met on before and send it back out to you.
Brenda,
Yes,
you know, Second Baptist has a big sanctuary, or a fellowship hall. We could probably do it there also.
oh, well, that'd be great, because I wonder, do y'all have Wi-Fi?
Yes, we do.
Well, see, that would make it to where you could use your your iPads there, where at the 4-H building you can't. That'd be great. Could you see if you could get us on the schedule for maybe a couple of days? That'll be something y'all will need to decide what is the best night for y'all, but I'm pretty flexible.
Okay, yeah.
That'd be great, Lynn. That's a great idea. Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Fraction,
Yes.
Wilson, Davis,
Yes.
Reynolds,
Yes,
Lucinger,
Yes.
Keenan,
Yes.
Stiles,
Yes.
Cross.
Yes.
Mayor, the fire report is on there. It's under code enforcement. Because that's what was on it's in the code enforcement reports.
Yeah, I couldn't pull it up under that. I've seen it like that before, but for some reason it wouldn't pull up on mine.
Okay. Well,
Right.
I think that,
we'll check on that. We'll make sure those two are in there, and then we will vote on it next month. Okay, next we have a resolution supporting the wearing of masks during the pandemic. Would someone like to introduce the resolution?
Introduction made.
Okay, introductions made. Phyllis, guys, get you to read it since you're right there close to the speakers.
a resolution of the City of Melbourne, Arkansas, encouraging the use of masks in relation to the COVID-19 pandemic. Whereas an outbreak of COVID-19 coronavirus has resulted in an ongoing global pandemic. Whereas on June 18, 2020, Executive Order 20-37 declared that the emergency declared pursuant to Executive Order 20-03 and its amendments was terminated, and that the public health and disaster emergency and declaration of the state of Arkansas as a disaster area resulting from the statewide impact of COVID-19 was declared anew and will be effective for 60 days unless renewed. And whereas on June 19, 2020, the Arkansas Department of Health, ADH, released guidelines regarding the use of face mask coverings by the general public, which asserts that ample evidence exists to support the efficacy of wearing face masks to prevent the transmission of COVID-19, including a study funded by the World Health Organization, WHO. And whereas the aforementioned ADH guidance on masks recommends that the general public should wear face coverings in all indoor environments where they are exposed to non-household members and distancing of 6 feet or more cannot be assured. This includes but is not limited to workplaces, retail stores, businesses, places of worship, courtrooms, jails, prisons, schools, healthcare facilities, and other people's homes. And whereas the aforementioned ADH guidance recommends that the general public should also wear face coverings in all outdoor settings where there is exposure to non-household members, unless there exists ample space of 6 feet or more to practice physical distancing. Whereas the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, encourages the use of cloth face coverings to curb the spread of COVID-19. Now therefore be it resolved by the City of Malvern, Arkansas. The City of Malvern does not attempt to mandate the use of mask facial coverings, nor does the city attempt to penalize those who choose to abstain from wearing such coverings. However, the City of Malvern strongly encourages all of those who may safely wear facial coverings to do so in the effort to curb the spread of COVID-19, in particular to protect the most vulnerable members of our state, as well as to ensure that the hard-won progress made by the citizens of Arkansas in reopening our shared economy is protected.
Okay, do I have a motion and second to adopt the resolution?
Move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
I have a motion, second, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Fraction,
Yes.
Wilson, Davis,
Yes.
Reynolds,
Yes.
Lucinger,
Yes.
Keenan,
Yes.
Stiles,
Yes.
Cross.
Yes.
Okay, we did not have any citizens wishing to appear, but I do have a few updates. I know everybody's concerned about our counts in the county, and I did talk with the warden. I talked to him every Friday and Monday. And this is what we have so far out at our Ouachita River unit. So far, there's been 1,243 positive cases, 508 negative cases, and 316 that are recovered. The staff, it is up to 38 positive with 6. Well, the 6 are going to be added to the recovery list, he said, just any day. So there's 38 positives. We also have 22 community cases, which is up 6 from Friday. So our community cases are up to 22. I've already given a report, but the parts for the light, part of them came in Friday. The rest of the parts are supposed to be in tomorrow. We're just kind of at the mercy of the company that produces those. I know on Facebook there was a big thing about someone said that we were going to actually change that into a roundabout, and that is not true. We're just waiting on parts, and unfortunately we're at the mercy of someone else to get those parts to us. So as soon as they come in, that will be fixed. I'm so sorry for any inconvenience to anybody, but unfortunately it's an act of God. It was struck by lightning. It burned it completely out, and so we're just having to wait on parts. The only other thing I have is, since we are going to go back and revisit exactly what we're going to do with the bond, what day or what nights would be best for you to look at, because we do need to try to meet as much as we can the next couple of weeks to iron these things out. So Lynn, do you want to check with your church to see what days your community center is available, maybe 6:30, whatever time everyone wants to meet? And then I will call everyone and let them know what's available and see what's best for everybody. Would that work for everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Lynn, if you
That
would
works
do
for me.
that, just see what days it's available this week and next week. And then if you'll get back with me, then we'll go from there as far as setting the meetings.
Okay, thank you.
Does anybody else have anything else?
Back to COVID thing. Is there any deaths in Hot Spring County yet? Is anybody
There's one death.
on death?
That's what's been announced so far, is one death. And I
what about-
believe,
What about our hospital? Are they like, I don't know,
well, I actually checked with our hospital. Due to HIPAA regulations, they could not tell me how many was in the hospital, if any. So I could not get that information.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you said the bond meetings are gonna be at the Second Baptist Church. Which one? Which Second Baptist Church?
The Second Baptist Church on Mill Street.
Okay, thank you.
If they have a big community room, that would be great. And then we'd have enough space for not only ourselves to social distance, but also anybody that would like to come to the meeting.
Brenda, one more thing too, on the meeting, you know, when we were doing those meetings before with the architect, we were doing them earlier in the day. Is that not better for everybody, like a 4 o'clock or something? And it might be less inconvenient for her church. I don't know.
Well, it's 4 o'clock.
We don't have anything going on except on Wednesday nights.
Wednesday night.
Is 4 o'clock too early for you, Lynn?
Yes, I don't get off till
Okay.
4:30.
Sorry. Okay.
Well, do we want to meet, would 5 be acceptable for everybody, 5 o'clock?
That'll be fine.
Okay, let's try 5 o'clock, Lynn, and if you could give me what days it's available, and then I'll call everybody or have Dee Dee call you all and kind of see what's best for everyone. Does anyone have a night you cannot meet?
Friday.
Friday? Okay. Okay. All right, sounds good. Any day but Friday. Okay, anything else? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Move adjourned.
Do I have a second?
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you all very much. Have a good week. I'll be
Good night,
calling.
everybody.